A family is left devastated. A few days ago, villagers found the body of their younger sister, Mercy Ndou. She had been killed in a sinister ritual.
Mercy was brutally ritually murdered because many parts of her body were missing.
It's a bloody ritual that is tearing communities apart, with innocent people losing their lives.
They believe that if you kill somebody alive or you get a body part alive, it will give you more power.
It all allegedly pointed to this man, a traditional healer that Mercy consulted before she disappeared.
Uri yamura fanga ndila ye ari hezwi yo mupa mishonga yawe onwa abvisa matari na marambo ngapasi ngapa. Mara what I know uri nganga sometimes iyawulaya.
It's a miracle that Nyalisani Sidimela escaped with her life, but she couldn't stop the muthi merchant's knife, which sliced her chin and cut out her lips, leaving her for dead.
The thing is still continuing, so I really fear of whoever is doing this, and also feeling pity for those who are become victims.
But some are not so lucky, as they fall victim of muthi killers. It's an ancient belief that human flesh, when mixed with plant matter, makes powerful potions for cures and good luck. There is trouble brewing at Tshitavha village, a few kilometers outside Thohoyandou in the Limpopo Province. While some get on with the business of herding cattle, others are concerned about their safety. Here, the community is called to a meeting in the chief's kraal. It's hard to believe that this rural village is the setting of an awful crime.
According to the figures, 4 to 5 people, of which we suspect that this is a ritual murder, but no arrest.
People here say they've had enough of ritual killings in their village. Time and time again, they've called on the police to investigate and arrest the perpetrators, but to no avail.
I made a meeting with an area commissioner about this issue. I think it's 2010. To resolve this issue.
Do you feel that the police are dragging their feet because there's no arrests?
Yeah, that is why we called the area commissioner on that particular year.
The area commissioner tells us the police are doing all they can to arrest the suspects. Our presence in the village is treated with suspicion. Then, out of nowhere, a man approaches us.
Oh, so if I show you my card, you'll reveal your face. Okay. Your name is what, Mpo?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Mpo, why don't you want to know? You are Mpo. Just Mpo. So I can find you in the village, Mpo. Okay. But you seem a bit jittery. Why?
No, I don't want to.
Okay. Okay. What's happening? Okay, but you're comfortable now. You saw my ID. You're comfortable.
He makes off in haste, disappearing into the crowd.
Bani machelo. Baloyi ni mashudu hapa ubvanjelele rarodha riko toda mdeno hapa riko nyago thusiwa.
Earlier, we acted on a tip-off that a local Sangoma used human body parts to make muthi. This is when we sent our investigator into the village with a concealed camera. He posed as a struggling businessman.
Imigama la musipho. Yebo, ngokwamdimandi sibongo. Yebo. Yeah, ngibuye KZN business. Ugogo so bengifuna ukuthi usizo ukuthi nami ngikwazi ukuphakamisa.
Business nti rekoyita 2012 200. Business mbili zilikuita 3,400. Business tharu zilikuita 5,700. 5,600.
We asked a pastor of the Lutheran Church about the use of human flesh to make strong medicine.
A healer in my studies may suggest that if you can get just a hand or the eye or the lips or the whole skin, it will help you to get more people in the church or to get more people as customers to your business, or people may come and vote for you. So it also depends on who is consulting the traditional healer.
Back at the village, the people are becoming increasingly frustrated, trying to make sense of the killings. Then, in a surprise twist, the police appear to have a plan. They call on the community to come forward with the names of the persons whom they suspect killed Mercy.
Is this normally done when a crime like this happens in a community? Is this what you normally do?
We are just doing it because we are so embarrassed with this.
And the people, how's the people's mood? Are they angry?
Yeah, they're so angry about this.
Of the 48 names placed in a container, the name of traditional healer Nelson Baloyi comes up 27 times. We wanted to know from the police if this is how they usually conduct their investigations.
Everything was quiet.
This name starts filtering.
It is dangerous. I think it's a strategy that I don't think it will work. It might work in other areas, but I think because of the environment and the way people are now, because they are very angry. But I think what is critical is that whatever information there is, let it be given to us.
We drive through the village to find out more about the local Sangoma, Nelson Baloyi. We want to know where he stays and to see if someone will take us to his house.
Mama, how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Good, good. Man, we're looking for Mr. Baloyi's house.
Mr. Baloyi's house?
Yeah, Nelson Baloyi.
What's that? Can this start and go straight? After that, you
3.
you get.
Okay, you take us there.
I will get in.
Yeah, you
Show
want?
you.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm very afraid.
Why?
Because he is stubborn.
The area commissioner gets agitated when he spots us. Police are not sure if they must act.
Are you going to arrest the suspect?
No. We never talk about the arresting.
Okay, but you let us know.
We will give you.
How are you?
After a
is
long
Mr. Baloyi's
search,
house?
we eventually find
Mr.
the
Nelson
house.
Baloyi.
We want to interview him about the allegations by the community that he is allegedly responsible for Mercy's murder.
Ah, good man. What's your name? Ah, are you Eve? Are you Eve? Yeah. Where's Mr. Baloyi?
His wife explains that he's not home.
Nelson.
She also says her husband has nothing to do with the killing. The police conclude what appears to be the first day of their investigation. In Thohoyandou, we meet Mercy's family. The 33-year-old woman had big dreams. She wanted to become a security guard. It was a job that she had trained for. Her family is struggling to deal with the grim details of her murder.
The way Mercy was ritually murdered it's so painful, especially to us. We took Mercy as our child. Since the parents passed away, then we took her as our child. And the way she was brutally killed in a ritual way, it really affected us badly.
A picture of her dismembered body, which is too graphic to show, was published on social media. This is how they heard about a gruesome murder.
Even when we saw that picture that night, then, you know, we had a very, very painful night. Then, you know, we were crying bitterly. Even now, we are still trying to come to terms, with what has happened, but it's very difficult.
Most communities have been affected by ritual murder in this part of the country. In 2005, the case of Nyalisani Sidimela made headline news. She was attacked by muthi merchants and her lips were cut out in cold blood. Nyalisani spent several months in hospital recovering from her ordeal.
After the incident, I was really traumatized, so I didn't even want to meet people because my mouth was always covered. But now I decided to remove whatever was on the mouth. So now I think I'm living freely.
Sadly, her boyfriend Manda Sandeza, who was with her at the time, did not survive. They were attacked by 4 men as they sat chatting under a mango tree. His genitals were removed and his tongue was sliced out. 4 Sangomas were eventually convicted.
These people were arrested. They were all traditional healers. They were convicted in the Thohoyandou High Court. As I'm speaking now, 3 of them are now dead. 1 is still in custody. The other one, who was a bishop, was acquitted because he couldn't pinpoint the person who did it. But the situation, as I'm speaking now, it is still rife in the area.
As a survivor of a muthi attack, Nyalisani has become the face of this evil deed. Her attackers might have sliced off her lips, leaving her for dead, but she was determined to live. In Tshitavha village, we accompanied the Ndou family to the scene of Mercy's murder. It's a painful time for them as they dig up the ground where a body once lay.
As a family, we viewed that body thoroughly. Then the left leg is not there. The whole intestines are not there. Eyes are not there. The tongue is not there. The breast is not there. So we don't understand if they say Mercy died of unnatural causes, whereas she was brutally and ritually murdered. So we don't understand.
The police failed to seal off the area, which means the crime scene might have been contaminated. In almost all reported cases of ritual murder, the killers are known to the victim.
Normally, a close relative may be part of that. It is very difficult to get a stranger to be ritually murdered if the person is not known by the ritual murderers. So it means a close relative member must be part of it.
A few days later, the police arrest 2 suspects. They are charged with murder. The people from Tshitavha village look on in disbelief. One of the suspects is Nelson Baloyi, the Sangoma with whom our investigator consulted. The other is a close relative of Mercy. Desmond Nomushungwa is the deceased nephew.
We were shocked to find him being one of the people who are being alleged to have done or to have taken part in the whole thing. But as a family, we are saying, indeed, if he's part of that, he did that, then we'll allow the course of law to do its course.
In another blow to the grieving family, the police applied to the court to have the body exhumed. Police claim they forgot to conduct DNA tests on the deceased, and in so doing, they also buried the evidence.
It means the police did a mistake of allowing us to bury her then before the DNA tests were done.
It's a serious blunder that might have compromised the state's case, but the police maintain that digging up a body to collect more evidence is part of police work.
There were areas that we felt that were not done correctly. This is part and parcel of the investigation, and I think we are not even bothered, in terms of saying that we might have botched up this investigation. We are happy with what we have done so far, and we are hoping that with the collection of more evidence, it will actually beef up our case.
Police are not saying what evidence they have that links the accused to the crime. In Venda, like in most rural communities, the church is an integral part of people's lives. On this particular Sunday, the community is struggling to deal with another ritual killing in their midst. Dean Randicheni addresses the congregation.
This crime is continuing. 2004, 2005, 2006. You remember that by those years mentioned, we were crying about ritual murders. This crime is continuing even today. We don't know who are the perpetrators.
The village of Fondwe has special memories for Dr. Fraser McNeil. He studied Venda culture when he taught English at a local school. He now teaches anthropology at the University of Pretoria. McNeil believes that ritual murders have direct links to the occult.
Would be that different parts of the body are powerful in different ways, and they can be used for different things. So hands, for example, could be taken and placed underneath the door of a shop to bring people in. Lips and eyes, for example, could be used in order to allow people to get visionary sights into different processes that are going on.
This is the study that I'm doing at the University of Venda.
Randicheni's decade-long research on muthi killings was conducted in the Limpopo Province. He says the police failed to investigate because the community is often scared to come forward with information.
People are afraid because they feel that their lives are not safe. Because if they suspect somebody and the police do not arrest a person who is being suspected, in one way or another, people may think that their lives are not safe. The police are also afraid of the traditional healer, that he or she may harm him or her when they try to do these investigations.
Dr. Fraser McNeil attributes the recent spike in ritual killings to people's uncertainty about the future.
You can't understand these things in terms of individual actions. It's collective processes that are happening in different communities at different times. It's related to political change, it's related to economic insecurity. And the only way that you can make sense of something like ritual murder or something like the Tokolosh is by really studying the change in that society over time.
Back at police headquarters in Limpopo, the top brass admit that they are puzzled over the numbers of unsolved ritual killings in Tshitavha, and the body count is growing.
They deal just of that particular crime.
It is very disturbing, because we can't have cases that will remain cold for a long time. There are families that need closure. From our side, we are continuing in doing the investigations, but so far, unfortunately, there is no breakthrough.
So you failed?
We can't fail. Hence, we are saying those cases have not been closed. We are still busy investigating them.
Bodies are often dumped in areas where they can easily be found. This is meant to heighten fear and sow suspicion in the community.
The disposing of the body, sometimes they just leave it there. Sometimes they are thrown in dongas and all those kind of things. But mostly in all the cases that we have dealt with, 90% of them, we just found them lying down somewhere, and the body parts are gone.
Freshly harvested body parts hold the most value. So does its perceived medicinal powers.
The sacrificial nature of a human sacrifice in terms of body parts, it would be seen as being stronger if the human is still alive when the body part is taken. It would be called hot, it is warm, as opposed to a body part taken from a dead person.
Throughout this journey in the Limpopo Province, we have met many families that had been directly affected by this bloody ritual. As we travel to Mercy's ancestral village, we realize that she is just one of the countless lives sacrificed for this brutal ritual.
Hi, Mama. How are you?
Yeah.
Good. When we're looking for the house of, Mercy. Okay. Is it the lady that she was killed in a ritual murder? Mercy, where's her house?
Number 2.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am.
Mercy's family and friends have come from near and far to prepare for a funeral. As the women gather wood and prepare food over an open fire, the mood is somber. It's long past midnight when we follow the hearse to its final resting place. In strict observance of custom, the elders ensure that all rules are adhered to.
During the night, not necessarily just on ordinary vendor people, but the people who are from the royal family, we are used to practice this burial during the night.
The pain is just too much to bear. As the coffin is lowered into the ground, the mourners bow in a final show of respect. Another loss of an innocent life, another senseless murder, still unsolved. As people mourn, they also wonder who'll be next.
They are afraid, like what the civic member had already said there at home. People are afraid in the community. They are afraid that they could be murdered.
In this macabre ritual, there have been countless victims as deceitful Sangomas cash in on the illicit trade. The belief that cures and good luck can be obtained through the use of human body parts has robbed families of their loved ones. Communities are torn apart by fear and suspicion, robbed of their freedom. Even for the dead, there is no peace.